the season as we head into maybe later tonight or tomorrow. This is potential tropical cyclone 1. It is inland right now over South Texas, but you can see over the next 2 days it's expected later on tonight or into tomorrow morning to move out into the northern Gulf and then perhaps strengthen a little bit or get organized enough to where it does become a tropical depression and then a tropical storm. Not going to be over the water for long though, and it's going to hug the coast this entire time. So by Wednesday evening, it looks like it's moving inland here, maybe right along the Texas-Louisiana coastline there as a tropical storm, but a weak one with winds at 40 miles an hour, and then continue to weaken, but just spread a lot of rain and some gusty winds up into Mississippi and into Alabama as well. But rain's going to be the big deal with this system. I do want to show you some forecast wind gusts, and it also helps to kind of give us an idea of how organized this thing is going to be once it does move inland, and therefore what kind of weather are we going to see here in central Alabama. Once we get into Thursday, so Thursday and Friday are when we will see most of the impacts from what is left of this tropical system. And you'll notice our wind gusts, if you look at some of these these yellows and oranges, those are wind gusts on average close to 30, maybe even 35 miles an hour. And you'll see they're not terribly widespread. We've got a few up here into parts of DeKalb County, down into some of our southern counties. So I really think by the time this gets to us, we're probably looking at winds gusting maybe 20 to 30 miles an hour, maybe some isolated 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but I think that would be very, very rare. Now, with winds like that, it's possible that we could still have some trees and power lines come down just because the ground is already so wet from some of the recent rains that we've had and some of the rain that we're seeing this morning too. And then when we get into Friday, a lot of that wind just kind of dies and we're left with really just rain for a couple of days. So what kind of rain are we talking here in central and south central Alabama? Well, there is a pretty significant flood risk for us, as we could have 2 days, both Thursday and Friday, where we have a few rounds of some very heavy tropical rains. And so you'll notice our rain totals for those 2 days, Thursday and Friday, could be on the order of 2 to 4 inches, with some of those higher amounts as you go a little bit further to the south. Once you get between about I-20 and Coleman, we're likely looking at maybe close to 2 inches. Some of the southern counties, though, there could be some isolated spots that get more than 4 inches. And so kind of between this general zone here, Birmingham down toward Montgomery, there's likely going to be 2 to 3 inches on average with some isolated higher amounts. Now, we've talked about the wind, we talked about the rain, and now let's talk about the severe risk. It is possible we are under a low-end risk for a couple of severe thunderstorms on Thursday, mainly some wind and the potential for some isolated or brief tropical tornadoes. You'll notice there is a huge area that is under this marginal risk for now, and that will be fine-tuned as this, first of all, as the system develops, and then as it starts to move inland as well. Downtown Birmingham right now doesn't look like we have much in the way of rain. There has been some spotty showers around all morning. It looks like a lot of the light rain is kind of here and there, with the majority of the heavier rain down across South Alabama right now from Chilton County. It's just kind of a soaking wet morning so far there across those southern areas down into Peach County and Peach Country rather, and down into Rockford too. So you can see Thursday and Friday are impact days as well because of the tropical rains we're expecting. Overall drier and hotter as we head into the weekend. Stay with us, we're back after the break.